Good morning, Facebook. Hello, Facebook. It is Monday morning. It is early, about 7:15, I think. The time is. I have been here for a couple of hours at the bar, doing work, doing inventory, getting ready for some stuff for the week. I have a bunch of orders, not a bunch, but a couple of orders that need to be in by 8:30 on Monday mornings in order for us to get our food that week from certain companies. The orders has to be in by 8:30, 9 o'clock. So Mondays is always an early morning for me. And we found at the bar here doing inventory, walking around the building and brushing up our orders. So that's one reason why I come out early a lot of Monday mornings. I'm literally sitting at the bar at 5:30, 6 a.m. getting work done to start the week. So good morning, everybody tuning in. Hi, Neil. Hi, Kate. And Karen. Hello. Good morning, everybody. I hear that we're getting some snow. Here we are getting some snow. I don't know how much. I saw somebody post that we're supposed to get a foot of snow. I don't know how true that is. But I don't know, back in the middle of October, I said, you know what? I said, I'm going to be prepared this year. And I went out and got several bags of salt. And it's here and it's ready to go. So I was hopefully getting prepared ahead of time. And I'm hoping that we're having a mild winter like last year. So we'll see what happens. But it is Monday morning. I'm here at the bar. New and improved. One of the projects I'm working on, that we started working on yesterday, myself and my assistant, one of the projects that we're working on is making a new improved grocery list. So our grocery list right now is just basically a bunch of text on a document that we post online on our website. We're switching over to a lot of things with pictures of what the food actually is, so you get more of a visual of what you're buying online or looking at online to buy. And we're bringing in a bunch of new products as a result as well. We're bringing in some really cool chocolate bars. We're bringing in more basics like organic peanut butter, organic jelly, some really, really awesome, cool, organic, higher-end products or pure natural products. So that'll be going on the list, and we're just brushing up the whole list. So you'll be able to see all the stuff that's imported from Italy, all the local cheeses. You'll see visuals. It's a lot more visuals. Then we'll be able to take these images and make flyers out of them if we wanted to, but be able to keep that posted on the internet as a constant. So what happens is the list right now, certain things change price, like the produce changes price a lot. I'm going to go back and redo the whole list online. I'm getting tired of redoing the whole list for just a couple of items that change prices. So anything that prices do not change or are prone not to change will be on these cool little with images and broken up on the website, so you can actually go to the section, go to the category, and see what you're getting. So cheeses, you'll go to the cheese portion and you'll see pictures of the cheeses. It's really, really cool. Not everything will have pictures, but a lot of things will. Here's a product that will have a picture, artichoke spread. We don't sell this at all, or we do sell a little bit of it. I eat a lot of this stuff. It's basically artichokes and sunflower oil and olive oil. It's from Italy, and so we're posting a picture online of this, like how it actually works on a dish. And what you do is this. It's just basically artichoke, literally artichoke. It's all artichoke cream, no cream in it. Artichoke puree, and you just put it on a crostini, on a piece of bruschetta, and that's it. And you have a great appetizer. You can put a piece of olive on it. This is really, really awesome stuff. We sell this for $29.99. If you went to their website, the producer, it's $39.99. We sell it for $29.99. So a lot of our stuff is really good deals. This really cool pasta from Apulia. This is on our trip when we go to Italy next time, to southern Italy, to Apulia. This is one of our stops to this really awesome natural pasta maker. So we'll have pasta page that's imported from Italy, and then a pasta from all local New York State, organic pastas. So this right here is awesome. This is lemon infused penne. They use the lemons right there from Apulia. All the flour is grown in that area. Most pastas that we buy in the U.S., especially when you start buying the bigger brands, a lot of them are so big. The Checo's one of them, that it's very questionable if they're even using Italian products to make these items. This is a common thing, by the way. There's such big companies, they could be using flour from anywhere in Europe. This company here, Jamie and I have personally been here. We actually had lunch with Vito and toured his company. Vito's the owner. Everything here is like really legit. It's local. It's higher priced because that's just the scale of the economy of this. They're using real lemons. They're using local flour. They use a lot of different flavors. This is the only one we have from them right now. We might get a few more of them in the future. If you were on our Italy trip with us last year, Kate's still watching. If you were on our trip to Italy last year, Jamie and I had tons and tons and tons of samples of this pasta that we were giving away to a bunch of people that we were cooking at the very last day when it's my day to cook for our guests. And so this was the pasta. So Jamie and I were there literally 10 days before, and they sent us off with a huge box of samples to try out. So we cooked some, we gave some away. So this is amazing. This is $9.99 for 500 grams, just like 18 ounces of weight, 17.5, 17.6. So just about 18 ounces. This is $9.99. This is a more expensive pasta, but well worth the experience. The cherries juices are going on our list. These juices are amazing. Mango, we have a pear. So these are the juices that we use. Like if we make a mango margarita in house or a mango cocktail, these are the juices that we use. These are imported from South Africa. Really a clean product. So these are awesome. These will be going on our list as well. We've always had stuff like this. I don't know why I haven't put it out on the list yet. I put it out on the shelves here. So that will be out on the shelves, will be on our list. So new and improved grocery list coming soon. Give us another day or so, 2 days, and we'll have that posted on the internet. We'll start posting more pictures. We are preparing for shutdown. We have to be very proactive as business owners to work into the next stage. We've done our grocery business has been very good to us this year. Been very good. All the ingredients out here, everything stacked up. So we're just trying to right now, Jamie and I, improve upon what we offer. So we have more of the basic things. So for example, like peanut butter. We buy peanut butter in a big 9-pound pail. I couldn't sell you a 9-pound pail, so we're bringing in smaller jars of organic peanut butter. So we're trying to transition into some things like that to buy a few more retail items in. We do have a guest, a customer, one or two that do buy the 9-pound pails of peanut butter. If you go through a lot of peanut butter at your house, we can get you a 9-pound pail of organic peanut butter from, once again, Nut Butters, which is located in upstate New York. One of the very cleanest peanut butters out there. They've never had any kind of recalls. It's very common for peanut butter manufacturers to have recalls because of the stuff that's just in peanuts. Again, like peanuts is not an easy crop to grow. It's loaded with 27 different molds and toxins. And if you don't buy super high quality peanuts to begin with, peanut butter, which I can guarantee you when you're buying Jif and you buy all these big national brands, they're buying bottom of the barrel quality peanuts. Peanuts that could never be sold by themselves because they just don't look good. The peanuts that you see, like when you buy peanuts in the store and you're shelling them in a bag of peanuts and they're in the shell and you shell them yourself, those peanuts are really nice and good looking. Well, for manufacturing, you don't need a grade A or the top grade peanuts. So they buy literally all the cheapest, ones. So like lemons. When you go buy a lemon in the store, you want something that looks yellow. Well, a company that's making lemon juice doesn't care if it's yellow. They don't care if it's green. They don't care if it's purple, as long as it makes lemon juice. So manufacturers always buy cheaper grades of things. So peanuts, because they're prone to all these molds and toxins in them, that a lot of peanut butter companies always have just regular. It's a regular recall. It's one of those things that just happens. It's a recall. The aflatoxins on them. So once again, Nut Butters has been in business almost 50 years, 45 years, 46 years, and they've had zero recalls because they're buying very top quality, high quality peanuts. So you get what you pay for in the peanut butter world, folks. It's you get what you pay for. You always want to buy the highest quality peanut butter you can. So we have a really awesome, another brand coming in smaller containers. And if you want a 9-pounder, we have it. It's not on our list. I guess I should put it on our list if anybody goes through that much peanut butter. But if you have kids, you might go through that much peanut butter. So that's, once again, Nut Butters. They're 9-pound pails. And I think it would probably be priced at about $60 for a 9-pound pail, maybe a little less. I'm not 100% sure. I'd have to double check my pricing. Yeah, it probably is a little less. It's probably like 49. I don't know. I'll have to double check the pricing on that and put that on the list as well. So we're trying to get ready for the next phase. If we do get shut down, I think the inevitable is coming. So Jamie and I just want to be able to get that grocery list tidied up so you can read it easier, see it easier, look at things easier, and we can still keep providing high quality, good value food to you. Tonight's wine dinner. It's Monday. New World wines tonight. 4 New World wines with one dish. $25. It's a great deal, amazing deal. Our ribeye special is over. We went through so many ribeyes this last week. It was insane. What happened was, one of the reasons I did that sale, $9.99 ribeye sale, was the week before we actually had a 2 pounds off per sale on ribeyes on the grocery list. And because it was before Thanksgiving, right around Thanksgiving, not many people bought like they normally buy. Usually we'll sell a lot. So I had actually bought several extra cases of ribeyes. And I was able to get a little bit of a discount by buying so many cases. And when I was at the end of the sale week, I was like, we barely sold any ribeyes compared to what we have sold on our ribeye. Every time we do a ribeye sale, $2 off per pound for our cook at home items for our grocery list, we sell a ton of ribeyes. And we just didn't sell them that time. I said, gee, I have all these ribeyes. I don't want to freeze them. I want to use them. Let's create a great discount, great value, and get those out. And we sure did. Everybody did a great job in buying those. So thank you, buddy. Thank you, everybody, very much. We actually sold all the ribeyes, and I have to buy new ribeyes. So that's on my order list this morning. So thank you, everybody, very much. I appreciate it. We literally have like 12 ribeyes left. So thank you, everybody, very much for doing that. I appreciate that. That helped us out as well. And a lot of people ordered extra ribeyes this week, and I even heard people say, well, I can have it for lunch tomorrow too. Buy 2, buy 3. So that was awesome. Let's see. This week's specials. This week's $9.99 specials. So tonight we're gonna do our buy one, get one wings. Tonight is the buy one, get one wings. And then as far as $9.99 specials for the week, we are doing a meatball dish with porcini mushrooms, or porcini mushroom sauce. For $9.99 with some pasta. And then we are doing our salmon, which is normally $16.99 or $17.99, $9.99. Salmon this week is $9.99. Our wild coho salmon, line caught in Alaska. Something very tricky yesterday that I saw on somebody's menu. I saw something, because if you caught my Facebook Live yesterday, let me just look at my computer because I actually screenshotted the way they wrote this. Yesterday I talked about how chefs and restaurants, they can trick you or get tricked into thinking that it's really wild salmon, and it's not. And there was a restaurant yesterday that I was looking at their menu. Because I look at other people's menus, I do research. Right, have to know what everybody else is doing. So let's see, where did this go? Oh no, I thought I snapshotted it. Oh, there we go. So, and I actually know this individual from working with him years and years ago. I haven't spoke to him in years, but I know of his. I know of him because I worked with him many years ago. Very talented chef. I mean, like really talented chef. I respected him a lot. I still do respect him. Very talented. I learned a lot from him. So I was looking up one of his restaurant that he has, and here's how he words it. So, first of all, let me just premise this by saying, Atlantic salmon is always wild, always farm raised. Atlantic salmon is always farm raised. The only place you can get commercial catches of wild salmon is on the Pacific coast, California up to Alaska. That's how it's done. Now keep in mind, not only can you get wild salmon from the Pacific, but you can also get farmed salmon from the Pacific. Washington State has banned open pen farming as of last year, the year before. So when the farm's contract ends, the lease ends, they can no longer go back to open pen salmon farming, open pen farming for any fish. So Washington banned it. British Columbia has really gone full force in salmon farms. So British Columbia is loaded with salmon farms. The more north you go to Alaska, 0 salmon farms. So the trend is Alaska has great catches. British Columbia's wild salmon is dwindling down because every time you put a salmon farm in, you kill off the wild salmon. There's no way for the two to cohabitate. That doesn't exist. I don't think there's any successful place that you can that those two cohabitate, wild and farm, because all of the lice and the viruses and all the waste products of the salmon farms goes into the wild environment, gets into the wild fish, and then it kills off the salmon. It kills off other things as well. So the two don't cohabitate. This is why Alexandra Morton, the marine biologist in 1989, 1990, she was like, stop this. You cannot do this. When the first salmon farms came in, she was there to watch the orca whales. The orca whales, and the orca whales have just about disappeared in British Columbia because they don't have their natural food supply of wild salmon. So she's like, you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do this. And finally, years and years later, some of these communities have woken up and are starting to protest, and the native tribes, the First Nations in Canada, occupied salmon farms a couple years ago and sat on salmon farms in protest and trying to get rid of salmon farms because it's killed off their fishing industry. It's done a lot of bad. So if it says Pacific salmon, it can be either farm raised or wild. It's very tricky. All right. So, but only really viable wild salmon comes from the Pacific, from the Pacific. Okay, Alaska being predominant. Now, so if you see on a menu Pacific salmon and it doesn't say anything else, you automatically assume, especially this time of the year, that it is farm raised, because wild salmon's out of season. A lot of places won't serve frozen, although I love frozen. I've done many videos on why I love frozen. Frozen fish is just fresher than fresh, and that's another topic another time. And I'm proud to say that, yeah, we do frozen fish, and it is the safest. And sushi fish is frozen ahead of time in a lot of states, and even in Japan, they buy frozen Alaskan salmon for their sushi. All right, so frozen is the way to go. It kills the microbes. It stops the aging process. It keeps it fresher than fresh. And the way it's done now in these blast chillers is amazing, and the quality, you cannot tell the difference. In fact, it's better than stuff that was never frozen. So this chef writes on his menu, grilled Pacific Coast salmon fillet. Grilled Pacific Coast salmon fillet. It sounds, at first glance, it sounds wild, and the average consumer would think it's wild, and maybe he's done this to implicate that it's not farmed, or maybe that to take it away from the aspect that it is farmed. But right now, it's not in season, and I doubt it's wild, so it's most likely farmed. It's coming from British Columbia, and there's a lot of salmon farms up there actually farm raising king salmon, not even Atlantic salmon. They're farm raising king salmon. Some of them do farm raise Atlantic salmon, but some of them do farm raise king salmon. So he could have even taken this one step further and said grilled Pacific Coast king salmon, and he's still serving farm salmon, is the reality of that. So be very, very, very careful. Ask. And again, the story I said yesterday was sometimes these salespeople just downright steer in a different direction or mislead you into something that you're not getting. So sometimes it's not the restaurant's fault. Sometimes it is. And I think after yesterday's Facebook Live, I think I'm going to reach back out to Rick Moon and see if he wants to justify why he's serving. And he says his farm salmon is so great. That was something I was working on 2 years ago. If you caught yesterday's Facebook Live, I think I'm going to tweet him and reach out to him and see if he wants to justify why he's serving. Give him a chance to explain, again, give him a chance to explain in his own words why he's doing it, serving farm salmon. We'll see. All right, folks, that's it. Everybody, thank you very much. Thank you for your business. Thank you for support. Jamie and I really, really appreciate it, because without you, there's not us here. So thank you for the support. And that's it. I hope everybody stays healthy, safe, take your vitamins, drink lots of water, eat healthy food, all that kind of stuff. Make sure you spray your face mask down with hydrogen peroxide. Make sure you're constantly using a new mask, cloth mask that you wash. The fibers fall apart, and the fibers, you breathe those in, which breathing in those kind of fibers can cause damage. So there's pros and cons on face masks. There's pros and cons. And if you use a face mask wrong, there's more consequences than benefits if you're using a face mask wrong. If you're using a dirty face mask, if you're touching it constantly, it's not, there's all kinds of things, the pros and cons of face masks. So whatever way you want to look at it, you can say yes or no. But certain times they work, certain times they don't, and there's some things that you can do to make it more effective. And one of the things that I read last week, the week before, was every time you wash a cloth mask, it keeps falling apart, and you keep breathing those in. Those particles in, those strands, those fibers in. So also be careful in that. If you're in the medical profession and you're doing surgery, it's one and done. That's it. One mask, you're done, and on to the next. Some doctors I've spoken to wear 3 or 4 or 5 throughout the course of the day, but they'll also see 50 patients. So, it should be one and done to be truly effective. And if you can actually spray your mask down with hydrogen peroxide throughout the course of the day, that is great. Don't do rubbing alcohol. Rubbing alcohol will break it down further, and it will be hard for you to put that back on and smell the rubbing alcohol. It's not a comfortable, not a comfortable thing to do. So hydrogen peroxide for the win on that for sanitizing your mask. All right, thanks folks for tuning in. I appreciate it, and hope to see everybody soon.